This is the story of my mom when she got the virus.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. August 16, 2020, when my husband rushed me in the hospital, I was having a hard time breathing. My oxygen level went down to 89. 5 days before I was rushed in the hospital, I had a dry cough, on and off fever, and a terrible back pain. I thought it was nothing but over fatigue, I guess. Until Friday evening, August 14, 2020, I went in the bathroom. I could not breathe. It felt like I was suffocated. I could hardly catch my breath. I was admitted at the hospital for 16 days and was diagnosed of being COVID positive. My first 3 days were torment. I had to be treated with a high dosage medication. There were so many lab tests. I had several CT scans too to check my lungs, which was badly affected by the virus. While in the middle of fighting COVID 19, I learned to let go. I learned to let go my fear, my anguish, my pain, my heartaches, my troubles. I learned to forgive also and to ask for forgiveness. Above all, I learned to trust God and to put my faith in Him. I would also like to thank my husband who stayed with me in this journey. He took the risk. He signed a waiver that once he stayed with me, he could not go out, not unless I am virus free. Of course, upon staying, he will then be considered COVID 19 positive. My husband never hesitated to stay beside me. He became my personal nurse, my caregiver, and my spiritual warrior. He never ceased praying. He encouraged me to fight, especially for those days when I am physically distressed. Well, every time I remembered all of this, I can't help myself to cry. He told me to fight for him and for our kids who were waiting for me, for us to come home. I prayed, and I prayed. I asked God for a second life. I begged for His mercy and to give me a purpose. Those were the days when God answered my prayers and let me live. The faces of my children brought back the strength in me. It's a miracle that I was able to come out alive despite my life and death experience. Going home was a blessing. Every little things that I saw along the way, I started to appreciate it. It was then I realized that I was not fighting the battle alone. I have a husband, family, and my circle of friends who prayed for me. We may be financially broken, but knowing we have friends and families who never hesitated to help and to render prayer, I am more than blessed. For 16 days, God never failed to send people who turned into a blessing. I realized how much Jesus loves me. Every time I saw my bruises, it reminds me how much pain God has to endure in the cross to save me and paid for my sin. These are nothing compared to His. Greggy! Bye bye! Bye bye! Love you too! I miss you! Miss you too!
buong mundo para sa iyo. Ganito. Okay. Yeah?
Pamintarong.
Hmm?
Pamintarong.
Hmm.
May start. Pwede na. Pwede na magkakaroon. Basta